Hey, what's up guys, it's Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with an interesting short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Was Cursed and Blessed. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Isitais for suggesting me this idea. Now aside from that, yeah, the reason for the second short movie right after making one is that, well, yeah, I kind of, because of eating medicine, went to sleep, and now it's like what, 12 a.m. in the night, and I woke up out of nowhere. I'm sweating, but yeah, I gotta make a video for you guys. And here I am. And stay tuned for a short story on the second channel as well today, because it will be coming there soon. Now, enough said, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels if you like the content of this channel. And for all, I will say this once more, thank you so much. I love you all for leaving such nice comments, man. It really makes a huge difference, and just motivates a person to make a content if his whole community is like you guys, nice and all. And I don't have words to say or describe you all. Well, yeah, enough said. I'm not that good with words when it comes to speaking generally, aside from making what ifs. So yeah, enough said. Let's begin with our today's story. Roll the intro. Story begins on October 10th in Konohagakure, Sato. It was nighttime and huge smoke clouds as well as flames were being seen from the outskirts of the village, and screams could be heard even throughout miles away from the village. It was all because the strongest Biju was now released upon them by a masked person, as he has interfered with the birth of the previous Jinchuriki, who was Kushina Uzumaki, the wife of the fourth Hokage of the said village, Minato Namikaze, as they were having triplets when this happened, and now they had to go with plan B. And now we see Minato was near his wife, as he was giving it his all, and right next to them, holding his children, were his clones. As he then said to Kushina, "I'm gonna do this, Kushina. You know, right?" "I know. Do it." As we see that on the battlefield, Hiruzen Sarutobi and many of the others were now trying their best to hold on the front line and stop the Biju from entering and destroying their home altogether. As we see Minato arrive there with his clones, as they placed the kids on the altar. "Minato, it took you long enough. What the hell went wrong?" "Everything will be explained later, Hokage-sama. I have to do this. I'm a retired Kage, but alright. Do what you have to do." As now we see 3 seals were drawn, and suddenly Shinigami was summoned. Hiruzen's eyes were widened. "What are you doing, Minato? You summoned the Shinigami. You used the accursed Uzumaki seal, Hakai Fuyin. This has to be done." As the Shinigami literally dragged the Kyuubi and split it into the 3 parts and took the soul of the said clone. As now we see everything went blank, as Hiruzen just stood there, quite shocked. What happened? As we see a silver-haired Anbu, who looked quite young, jumped right next to him. "Hokage-sama, what happened to Sensei?" "I don't know." As that is when they heard rustling from behind them, from the tree side, and from there on, they saw Minato and Kushina walking there limpingly, as Minato was supporting Kushina, as Minato himself looked a little bit pale. "Can you give us a hand here?" "Yes, but how is this possible?" said Hiruzen, as his eyes were gaping wide. "I just saw you. That was a blood clone." "So you tricked the Shinigami?" "I had to." "Why? Why did you even use that in the first place? You know that the curse of the Shinigami could follow you and all." "I don't believe in such things. I saw a chance, I took the deal, and I did it. That's all there is to it. And let's just say I don't think that I was gonna die today. I had that much confidence in myself. And it was Kushina who suggested me to do this. She says that she has seen previous Uzumakis do this as well. But that is not correct, Kushina. They have died worse deaths, you remember, right?" "They haven't. I know a person who has lived through peaceful times." "Alright, we'll discuss this later on." As now we see everything was returned back to normal, as suddenly an Anbu arrived. "Hokage-sama, the council has been gathered, and they would like to ask you some questions." As now we see The family, as well as Hiruzen Sarutobi being an elder, now walked there, as after arriving inside, they saw that the civilian shinobi as well as the elders were there. As Danzo then said, it seems that there were some complications with the birth. Yes, a moss person attacked us. He had Sharingan, claiming to be Madara Uchiha. What? But how is that possible, Minato? Said Fugaku. I'm not blaming the Uchihas, Fugaku. But if he's... I do not know that. We all not know that. There might be a dead Uchiha's Sharingan stolen or something like that. But the thing is that it was an Uchiha indeed. And to solidify the fact, everyone here can testify who was in the battlefield. Well, you weren't, Fugaku. As Fugaku gritted his teeth as he sat down. Hokage-sama, what happened to the Biju? My son Naruto is the one who holds the soul of the Biju, while the other two holds a chakra. Wait, so it's split it into 3 parts? Said Danzo, yes. As that is when Jiraiya arrived, and it is not safe for the two of them to remain near him. As the civilians looked quite worried. Why is that? Because of the soul having inside of him. What if the soul influences the boy to absorb the chakra of the two when we are gonna teach them how to mold it and use it? And for that reason, said Minato as he began, we have already planned beforehand that we will be leaving on a training trip, leaving Naruto here. What? Said Minato. I said Hiruzen. How can you even decide that? You have to. It is a family matter, and I did decide that. And from the looks of it, Hiruzen Sarutobi-sama, you will be taking the mentality of the Hokage again until we further return. Why leave Naruto here? Under whose care? Nobody's. He'll be living under an orphanage. Nobody's name, just Naruto. So you're basically kicking him off of the both clans, said Danzo Shimura as he stood up. This is absurd. Which child is he? The youngest one. And you're just kicking out the youngest one? We have no choice. And Jiraiya cut it in. It is for the best. I mean, these two are possibly the child of prophecy because of the powers they hold, an otherworldly, godly amount of powers, blessed by the Shinigami themselves. And these two were blessed, as you all saw. As the civilians were taking notes and they were understanding some things what Jiraiya was saying, they were following it. But the shinobis and the elders and Hiruzen Sarutobi himself was not. But so was Naruto. But he only possesses the soul. And we are going to have to reveal the identity of the soul holder of the Biju to everyone. Why? Why do this to your son? Said Homura as Koharu began. Do you know how much of a that threat it will be to your son? We know. And we know that there will be shinobis who will be looking after him. He will grow to hate you, Minato, for what you're about to do. I know, but he will be weak, Sensei. And once we return, we'll train him, and he will understand. His siblings are the foundation of the peace of this world. And they are destined to bring all of the elemental nation together under their banner. Or at least one of them is. Or maybe both of them. We could never know. And you believe this feeble prophecy? I mind you, Danzo, I do actually, because my elder of the clan said so himself. Alright. But what about Naruto? What of him? He's pretty much a kid who's gonna live a normal life. And as for the people, yeah, they might hate him, but this will, redirect their angers away from the two original kids. What do you mean, original kids, Jiraiya? Said Hiruzen with rage. Is this what you were planning, throwing your third kid as a bait? No, we are... Cause I had better expectations from you since you were from the Uzumaki clan. I did not thought for a bit that you would be a kin deserter. I am not a kin deserter, Hokage-sama, with all due respect. I am anything but that. I deeply care for each and every bit of my children. But the thing is that I have to do this for the sake of the whole world. I cannot let it be like this and let the whole world be destroyed like the Uzumaki clan did it to itself. The Uzumaki clan was invaded. And they were stubborn. They could have escaped, but they didn't. They decided to stay there and fight, like true shinobi would, said Danzo. And they were betrayed by Suna's side, if you have forgotten. They were hypocrites. That's all they were, said Kushina. So there is no stopping you. No. You will regret this, you know. I'll try my best to avoid that. Here's a summer. As after that we see, the whole village was gathered. People of Konoha, said Minato Namikaze. I was able to, well, avoid Shinigami's wrath and make a deal with it. And because of that, the Kyuubi no Yoko has been stopped, as everyone cheered. But my people, I request of you one thing. My son who holds the soul of the Biju, he will be remaining here, because we have to train the other two in somewhere private which we cannot reveal. And henceforth we will be leaving him here under your care. We will look after him, Hokage-sama. You don't have to worry about anything. As this was going on, as Minato was addressing his people, which he thought were his, we go back on the other side of the Hokage monument to see that Hiruzen, Danzo, and the other clan heads were there. Hokage-sama, this is madness. What happened to him? Did he hit his head or something? Said Inuichi. I wish it was that simple, but it isn't. Hokage-sama, with all due respect, us Uchihas are not involved in this attack. Fugaku, now is not the time. I know you weren't, and neither was your clan, but there was still a fact remains that there was an Uchiha. We are trying to say this, that your clan is not to blame. There's only one thing you can do, and that is just look into the files to see if any of the deceased Uchihas who are missing in action, we might try to trace them back and see if this Sharingan matches theirs or not. That is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to blame the whole clan, if anything, if you're saying. I will see to it myself then. As after that, we see Fugaku leave. Gentlemen. As everyone remained there, Danzo then said, I don't think that this will be going good at all, old friend. Neither do I. It seems that he's not having any of it. I just wish there is not a conflict any further amongst us. Yes, that we do. As now we see that the next day came and the Uzumaki Namikaze family left. But as they left, we go towards the Uchiha clan compound, because in the night time, the same night they left, there was a meeting that was being held by the elders of the Uchiha and Fugaku himself. Minato has left with his family, and he did not try to save us at all. He said that it wasn't us, but that's it. And people are still hellbent that it was a Sharingan user who did this. This is good opportunity for us, Fugaku, said one of the elders. I'm sorry, for what? Are you that simple idiot? To take over Konoha, claim what was supposed to be ours from the beginning. We will rule over Konoha, and that is full and final, like we should have been from the beginning. Wait, so yes, we are going to have a coup d'etat, but there will be a lot of bodies, so be it. As long as they're not our bodies, we're all for it. It has been a long time since we Uchihas have been discriminated against them, and Minato leaving with his family, alongside a Sanin, their power is reduced to none. And not only that, there is a high chance for us to now overtake them, since many of the clan compounds were damaged. And fortunately enough, the Uchiha compound being the furthest away, as they have thrown us out, like we are some dirt. But it was a blessing in disguise. We were saved, and it is unharmed and unhinged. That is true. But we don't have enough time. We do not know how many years it will take. But we have to start planning right now. And when the time comes, we will be the true leaders, the true rulers of the Konoha and the Land of Fire. Why stop there then? Said Fugaku. We can go further and beyond and conquer the others. Yes, Fugaku. Now you have the thinking of a true leader, a true heir to the Uchiha clan. Unknown to them, little Itachi Uchiha, who was 5, was listening to this all. I don't like any of this, he thought. As now we have a time skip of 6 years. For 6 years the Uchihas have been planning a coup, and Danzo for somehow was able to grasp a hint of it. All thanks to Shisui and Itachi was tasked to stop them. And at the age of 6 we see Itachi was dashing towards his village. All because he has been tipped off by Shisui before, his sudden demise by his own clansmen, that they have taken the Jinchuriki, Naruto. As now we see, Itachi has butchered down everyone, and he was standing in a room where he saw his father. As he was about to come near him, his mother jumped in between them. Stop it, son. Whose side are you on? On the clans or the villages? That is your best friend's son. He is nothing more than a demon. Otherwise, Kushina wouldn't have left him here. She said those words for a reason, and I can see through it. I know, my friend. Of all the people here, I wished you would have understood me. Same here, son. As she activated her Sharingan, but Itachi used Amaterasu to burn his mother, as tears of blood were coming down from his both sides, as Mikoto Uchiha burned, and screams were heard. And from behind her we see Fugaku jumped in between. You will die, traitor! And in a single slice of katana, his neck was cleaved off. But unfortunately, Itachi then noticed that it was being seen by his brother, Sasuke. So be it. As he used his memory for getting jutsu about that Naruto was ever here, he erased Naruto from his memories because he didn't want Naruto to be blamed. He only wanted to take the blame for himself, and tortured Sasuke through his mind genjutsu. And as for Naruto, he tried his best to wake him up or release him from the genjutsu, but it seemed that he was placed in a comatose state. And now we see, after some time skip, that Itachi, covered in blood, in his arms was dangling Naruto as he arrived at the Anbu headquarters. It seems the job has been done, soldier. Yes, it has been, Anbu commander, but there is something that I need to discuss with the Hokage. I will call him here. Kakashi, hi. As the Anbus respected what Itachi has done, he looked tired and heartbroken, and more than ever angry. And that is when we see Hiruzen arrive there with the Senshin alongside Danzo and the elders. It is done? Yes. There has been, a little bit of technical difficulty. Sasuke was able to see through all of this, and my mother was on their side from the beginning. So I see. And what did they do to him? They wanted to use him, exploit him to release the Biju upon us. Thinking that he was truly a demon, even in a weakened state, without Minato, they will be able to use it to destroy the village and gain power over us. But I've stopped that, and Sasuke is the only one alive. I did not wish to kill the children, but they were taught by their parents if there was an attack, they are to use the Chikotos to kill themselves. I do not understand why they would do this. It's a defense mechanism so that they won't be taken in as war slaves. Pathetic. Now what? Said Danzo. What is wrong with Naruto over there? He seems to be in a comatose state. I do not know what they have done to him. I tried my best to use the medical ninjutsu that I knew. It is best to keep him here. The civilians rarely, ever interact with him. And the civilian council, they are hell-bent on Minato's words. But they do not know how to feel about him. But the Uchihas were the ones who hated him, because he contained the soul, and he was the reason they were orchestrized even further beyond. It is beyond me that how can they hate upon a 6-year-old kid. This is my job done, Hokage-sama. I have taken the blame. I have told Sasuke that it was all me who did this to attain power. You know what this means, right? They will go to the civilian council, and once the council is set, I know. We don't want you to face the consequences, Itachi. You can go excommunicado and still be here. I am going excommunicado. My connections to Konoha will be cut off, and to all secret allies. I'll be going undercover in an organization known as Akatsuki to find what they truly want, because they have offered me a space. And the man, I believe, is the same one who was the one behind the QB attack. What? Yes. He came to me and told me when Shisui died that he was Madara Uchiha, and if I wanted revenge, he will help me attain the true immortal power. As his eyes morphed into Mangekyo. You have the Mangekyo Sharingan, yes. And I know, because of my disease that is growing even further, I will die in the upcoming years, getting weakened and weakened. But if that happens and Sasuke is unstable, I want you to kill him and destroy my Sharingan. And if he is stable, then I wish for my Sharingans to be donated to him, in the name that it is our father's. I'm sorry, son, for placing this huge burden on your shoulders. Think nothing of it, Hokage-sama. This was my one and only duty, to finally tarnish the Uchihas of their bad reputation by erasing them once and for all. I see. As after that, Itachi disappeared in a murder of crows. As now we see, Everyone's just standing there as Naruto then was placed under the care of Hanma, the Anbu commander's second in command and the chief of medic ninjutsu users. Okage-sama, everything seems normal, but he's in a comatose state. And whatever they did to him, he's deeply in there. He seemed to cannot break free or cannot wake up. What about the QB? I'll jump into his mind to see if it is true or not. Inuichi said, it is dangerous to go inside Inuichi-san. Since Naruto's consciousness is not there, the QB is still there, pretty much. And if you encounter him, there is high likely a chance to die. Before we can further inspect that his consciousness is still there or not, or what has happened to him, we have to keep him here, in this room. And it has contained a lot of seals outside to dim the chakra, so that only a person can be alive. I'm sorry to do this, Okage-sama. I hope you understand. I do. Keep us updated. And after that we see months passed, and finally Sasuke Uchiha opened his eyes. And as Itachi has said, he was dangerously unstable, as Inuichi has said, and wanted nothing more than revenge. Civilian council were trying to, cozy up to him, but were stopped and his reports were revealed by Inuichi to everyone, and that is when they stopped, knowing fully well that they did not wanted another Madara roaming around here, because they knew, as Hiruzen told them at first, that they will be creating one on their own accord. So they stopped. As for Inuichi, he was constantly working with Hiruzen to try his best to wake or see Naruto's consciousness after the doctor gave it a go. There was a consciousness, but it was unconscient. And so was Kyuubi, because its visage was seen sleeping and nothing else. And Naruto was laying in front of the cage. But where was he really? He tried to wake him up, but to no avail. And that it was another, failed try today. So another failed try. His consciousness, or his, spiritual body is there. I do not know where he is. As now, we finally go towards Naruto. As we see him, right after the accident, opening his eyes. As he was in a plain white space until it turned into a huge blue room with a huge throne on it. As a woman, a beautiful one with a black kimono, was seated on there. As she turned into normal size as she came down to Naruto. Hello there, Naruto. Do you know who I am? No, ma'am. I thought so as well. As suddenly, she snapped her finger and a chibi Kyuubi no Yoko appeared on Naruto's shoulder. Shinigami-sama. So you finally realized. I realized as soon as possible, but my sisters told me to wait and see what happens. That human not only did betray me and breached my contract, but also went behind my back and did this to the savior of this world. He destroyed his own family. So wait, this kid, yes. And my sister and I are not practically happy of what has happened in this timeline as well. So you see, we have a plan. But Naruto-kun, before I ask you, would you like to know about your parents and all? Wasn't I an orphan? Gigi told me that I was. Well, actually, Naruto, he tried to protect you from the harsh truth, said the fox that was on his shoulder. What do you mean, Mr. Fox? The thing is that your parents are alive, and they willingly left you here. What? I will show you the truth, Naruto. But before I do so, said the Shinigami, I would like you to see yourself in another reality. He is a part of you, but a counter one. I see. As after that, Naruto saw the canonical Naruto, how the villagers hated him way beyond anything, but he still preserved with his maturity and even with his mask, and made a lot of allies, and became the Kage, and a strong one as well. I see. But in your world now, I will show you the reality of what it has come down to. As the Shinigami began to show Naruto the harsh reality of his own reality, and how the people here were corrupt, and so was Sasuke, which was his best friend on the other side. If Sasuke is corrupt here, then what will I do all myself? You have my blessing, Naruto, as well as the blessing of my sisters. We have deemed it fit that Minato must suffer. I could have gone back and taken his soul, because I know where he is. He thinks that he can escape a goddess with a few seals. Pathetic. We have existed even before chakra was even a concept. We know human nature. They think that they are all beyond us. They have fooled us, but no. I was going there, but I was stopped. And now we have a plan. You, Naruto, are going to be the cause of their embarrassment, the loss of their power, and you will also get your revenge. I will. Now I know that I can save everyone. I will. Yes, Naruto, you are the savior. And your purpose is the same, to save them, but to show that who they thought were the saviors are nothing more than bunch of fake ones. And the parents who claim them to be the saviors are nothing more than a bunch of fake ones. But what about you don't need to worry about them. They are going to be spoiled brats. I have seen their future. They are going to try to kill you at one point as well, making it look like an accident so they can mourn and gain more fame. Naruto and Kyuubi was disgusted. And don't worry, Kurama. You will bond with him here as well. I will. I promise. But before you do so, here. This is the power of the 10 tails, or equivalent to that, as Kyuubi's eyes widen. But isn't it? Yes. We have granted you the power of the Shinju itself, from another dimension. As well as the other 8 Bijus appeared there. The real Biju's other 8 are here as well. And they have seen everything. Naruto, it's good to see you again. Hey Yuki. Hey everyone. As Naruto already knew them because he saw the other half of his future. And he was friends with all of them. Let's do this. Our Jinchurikis are not good either. Well, Gaara is, Gaara. And Fu is still a little larvae who is abused. She was killed. What? But wasn't she killed by the Akatsuki? No. This time, it was the villagers. I can't sense Gaara anymore. Yes, you heard right. The reason I brought you here was to not see your other half's death. What about B and Yuchito? B and Yuchito are, well, the same. Henceforth, they have a clone of yours there, which you can switch places from Naruto and them. But half of your chakra will remain here with Naruto, and the other half will remain with them, so that Naruto, being the next sage of the sixth path, will save all of them, and destroy those who think they can mess with the god and the prophecy. Do you accept? We will. All of them said. And now, Naruto, I would like you to meet those people who will train you. As Hashirama Senju, Madara Uchiha, Indra Otsutsuki, as well as Asura Otsutsuki, and Hagoromo Otsutsuki himself arrived there alongside Kaguya from another dimension, who was good one. Mother, what are you? She's from another dimension. I see. So in this dimension as well, I am an evil goddess. Yes. What is it that you require from me, Kami-sama? Shinigami-sama. What we require from you is that you assist the kid and grant him your power, your karma seal. I see. As Kaguya then dispersed into nothing more than karma, as everyone was shocked, as there was now a diamond mark on Naruto's palm. So Naruto now has our mother's karma? Yes, it was a clone with half of her chakra. Her other half will complete itself of the depleted chakra, and she will remain there happily with you all. Well, Naruto now has half of Kaguya. As Naruto's single strand of hair turned white, as suddenly the Uzumakis arrived there as well. I brought them here, as you said, sister, said another goddess that arrived there with another yukata. It was Yami, and they had all read here. Son, we have heard and seen what has happened in this world, and we are truly heartbroken, but enraged as well. Kushina thinks this lowly of us, and not only that, she has deserted and broken the sacred oath of the Uzumakis, leaving one of them behind, one of her own kind, and henceforth she is no longer the Uzumaki clan head, and we make you one. As with the blessing of Kami, Naruto's hair and chakra was potent now. As Naruto was granted Madara's Rinnegan Sharingan, as well as Hashirama's Muketan, becoming the perfect balance between the sage, as the sage himself has given Naruto a karma. And now Naruto was the perfect new sage of the sixth path with the perfect chakra of all the bijus. As Naruto then began his training, meditating, which seemed like more than hundreds of years there. As after Naruto was done, he was much more knowledgeable and was much more closer to Kami, Yami, and Shinigami, being closer to their little sibling. Kami-sama, what is it, Naruto-kun? Said Kami, in adoration of her little adopted brother. I am ready, I believe. Yes, you are, my little one. And you will go there and do what you have been told and destined to do too. I will. And I will make sure that they will pay who have made a fun and mockery of you, Shinigami-sama. I know you will, Naruto. Now go forward. As now we see back in the real world, it has been more than few years since Naruto has been in a comatose state. Minato and Kushina were contacted and even were told about this, but they didn't even bother to reply. And Hiruzen and the other were now even more disgusted by them. Even more further, Kakashi, who was at least trying to defend them once or a while, and Yuko, they all gave up on them. As now we see a 9-year-old Naruto beginning to stir awake as Hiruzen and Inoichi were standing in front of him. Naruto, are you alright, my boy? I'm fine, Gigi. Everything is fine. But I need to talk to you, as well as the elders and the council. There is a lot of things that you need to know. And I would like Inoichi-san and Genma-san to conduct a test on me. I mean Ibiki-san. What test? Lie detecting test, because these two are the professionals here. What are you talking about, Naruto? As Naruto's eyes morphed into Sharingan, and then into ripples and purple eyes, with Tomo's Rinnegan, said Inoichi as everyone else's eyes were white in there. As Naruto's eyes morphed back into his normal hues. Naruto, how is this? I will reveal everything to everyone. Let us leave. As within 10 minutes the whole council was gathered. What is it that you wish for us to, discuss, Hokage-sama? Actually, I am the one, dear civilians, that called for this meeting. Naruto, why did you? Mibuki said. Because my parents have lied to you all. And not only that, they have enraged the goddess, Shinigami, Kami, and Yami. And they have been training me. If you don't believe me, then out of nowhere 9 GB Bijus appeared on Naruto's body. And everyone was shocked. Naruto, you... As Kyubi then said, greetings everyone. First of all, I would like to apologize. I would like to tell you this was a case because of a masked person used his Sharingan. A different sort of it, but it did. And made me forcefully do the things that I did. Twice. The first one was Madara Uchiha. The second one, also, was a little bit different, but it also had some akin to Madara Uchiha as well. How do we know what you're saying is true? Because I visited Kami, Yami, and Shinigami, and I have become the Jinchuriki and the next sage of the sixth path. I have trained with Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the sage himself, alongside his 2 kids, Indra and Asura Otsutsuki, and my ancestors from the Uzumaki clan who have named me as a heir to the Uzumaki clan now. And not only that, they are enraged as Kushina Uzumaki, who has broken the most accursed as well as the crucial rule to leave one behind, and henceforth they are banished from the clan. And Hashirama and Madara were also there, and he has confessed to me that it was him who has manipulated Kyubi, and he has apologized because in the end it was Zetsu, a variant of Kaguya Otsutsuki, the mother of the sage of the sixth path, who is sealed within the moon, and the Akatsuki, the group in which Itachi Uchiha has been joined in, reportedly. Their main goal is to gather all the Bijus and revive the Ten Tails, who is going to start a world war with the whole shinobi world, to end it, and if it is successful we all will die, and the chakra will be extracted from this earth and will be fed to Kaguya, and she will become the chakra goddess once more. And after that, what will happen? Said the civilian. Nothing. She will leave to the other world to do the same, and we will all perish. How can we believe that you're the... As Naruto then used his eyes to morph into Sharingan. You know whose son I am. How do I possess the Sharingan? And this as well, Mukitan. Wooden spikes, as from the ground, wooden spike rose. As Hashirama's Sage Mode was also displayed there, in his full glory. This Sage Mode was Hashirama Sensei's. Said Danzo as the other elders were gaping their mouth, as everyone was also shocked. So you really are a missionary of the goddesses. They have considered me as a beloved sibling of theirs from now on. A little brother of some sort, and they have granted me immortality as well after the age of 25. And I already know who are my brides going to be, since my ability to see the future. Inuichi-san, Yashi-san. Wait, yes, they will be immortal, and so will be our grandchildren. Since I am the new Sage of the Sixth Path, it is my duty to unite and finish the job of the previous Sage of the Sixth Path, which was to unite the whole elemental nations, as the goddesses' wills are as well. So, you have been sent here, and you have been training there. Yes, and Hashirama Senju-sama has sent this. As Naruto did a hand seal, as from within the center of the council chamber, a scroll appeared, in which Hashirama's own scroll was written down. That whoever has access to this scroll, Hashirama has given him his full, Senju clan's all airing, and he is now basically the Senju's heir. This was placed here by Sensei, and nobody should have been aware of that. And only Sensei knew how to use the seal, since we both have left that day, Danzo said. He is telling the truth, I believe. As both Ibiki as well as Inuichi were flabbergasted, as they nodded yes. Each and every word that this kid told was true. Then what about Minato and his family, Mibuki said. They are the traitors. They have betrayed Shinigami and has incurred her wrath. She has doomed them and those who are on their side. It is up to you to decide, because my job as a savior is to prevent the death of all of you. But it is up to you to see and deem fit that you are willing to save yourself from the wrath of the goddesses or not, because it will be coming soon, following suit after my saving every one of you. As after that, the civilians were quiet now. And Naruto, I presume that you are now... I have been trained. I have seen and met my other self from a different dimension, in which I was the 7th Kage. I was an orphan kid of Minato and Kushina who died protecting me in that nation. People hated me. All of you did. I respect that you didn't hated me in this world, but in that one you did. But I was able to gain respect of every one of you. All thanks to Jiraiya, Tsunade. And now that I'm talking about Tsunade, I'm going to be needing her back here as well. Because since I'm a part of a Senju clan, I need her here. Because I have seen in the future that she will be the most vital person to be the 5th Kage, to replace Minato, and take away his hold over the nation that he is trying to implement. What do you mean, hold? As, with the help of his Rinnegan, Naruto showed them the reality of their own future. Even he knew he was breaking rules, but Shinigami allowed it, since he was their little sibling, and he could do whatever he wanted to now. As Naruto showed them the future, it was horrific. Minato basically used his kids to attain power from the other villages, and after gaining them, he became a tyrant. I can't believe this. We were blindly following this man. So it was all a plan of his. Yes, even from the beginning it was all his plan, to garner your attention, your belief, your truth, as well as your trust. And now, he will become a tyrant in the future. And so will his children. Now what do you wish? We do not wish for anything. We wish to follow the wills of the gods. We will stand behind no fake leader, or those who preach that they can do whatever they want, even after betraying the goddess of death, making a mockery out of her. We will not respect that at all, said the civilian leaders. You have to act as normal, but do not listen and take his words to heart. They're nothing more than words that he knows that you wanted to be fed by his mouth. And in the end, he's all but using you like he's using me and his children. As everyone nodded. As Naruto after that went to academy, and everyone began to act as normal, now fully aware of the plans of the Kamiyami and Shinigami. And after that we see Naruto has been contacting the Jinchurikis as well. Unfortunately, Fu has passed away because of that. Naruto was enraged and knew that they needed to be taken care of, and has released the other half that was buried deep down inside and grieving Chome in the whole village, destroying it and leaving nothing behind, henceforth returning Chame to its original self within him. And as for Gara, Shikaku leveled the whole village as well. Two villages in a single day were leveled by two different bijus, and now the whole elemental nation was shook, so much that they even called for a Kage summit. As now we see, Hiruzen brought Naruto there as well. As we see, except for Suna, every other nation was there. Greetings, Naruto said. And who might you be, young one? I am the son of a man who you despise, and so do I. Minato, why do you despise your own father? As Naruto then revealed his Rinnegan, causing them all to go into alert. You have a Rinnegan user here. What are you trying to do, Hiruzen? Yes, Hokage, I would like to know what are you trying to do, said Mei Chirumi, who was going through just a terrific war. I will reveal some secrets to you, but I promise to you this is the truth and nothing else. As after that, the whole truth was revealed to them, and they were shocked by their alternative selves as well as by their reality. It wasn't that much different, but yet there were some minor changes. So I see. And that is why the Bijus have destroyed those two places. And as for you, you have been taking care of your Jinchurikis much better. Or you would have been a target as well by the said Bijus. Because you have orchestrized your Bijus Jinchurikis for way too long. I see. But why are you telling this? Because I said so. Said a woman as she arrived there from Dark Clouds. Shinigami-sama. Said all of them as they bowed. You do not need to bow right now. Rise. And as our missionary Naruto here has told you the truth, and nothing else, it is our will that this happens. We want the work of the sage to be completed. Naruto here has been given all the training that he needs from the legends of the previous generations, and even Hagoromo himself. He is basically the new sage of the sixth path, a bridge between you and the Bijus. And we want your villages to be preserved. So leave aside your hatred that you hold for one another. But there is only one man we despise. Wait, Minato? Said Oniki, but why? He has betrayed us, a contract. You know Hakai Fuyin's here, right? Yes. He has betrayed using that. So, he will pay dearly. He will know the consequences, as I will make an example out of him to not mock a goddess. As everyone gulped, knowing fully well that he has incurred the wrath of a goddess, and this will not be taken lightly by any goddess, and he will pay. As after that, Naruto then said, Gentlemen, now that Shinigami has left, where were we? What do you want us to do, Naruto-kun? Said Mei. I want you to keep an eye out for the Akatsuki. They are going to be monitoring your village. And train your shinobis as much as you can. Prepare for a war. If, and only if, I fail, which there is a chance of, even if it is a low one, I will need you all to unite together, alongside the Bijus, to defeat them. Because once, if anything happens to me, I will release the Bijus, and they will side with all of you. If you trust them completely, we understand, said A. We understand, really. Thank you for telling us the truth, Hiruzen, said Oniki. Well, that is why I am here. And as for Minato, if he comes to you, he's excommunicado. You can do whatever you wish to do with him, alongside his family, who is going to be nothing more than tyrants, and destroy us all. I see. As after that we see, Naruto was sent into academy after returning, and time began to pass. And during those years, Sasuke Uchiha was showing less and less signs of being a sane kid, and unfortunately he was way too much delusionized. So he was placed in a psychiatric ward with chakra suppressors, as well as mind-dampening seal. But one person in general was interested into him, and that person was none other than Kabuto Yakushi and his master, Orochimaru. As we see Kabuto arriving in a forest. So, any news about the Uchiha? He is in the facility that you were told about. But I'm surprised who told him. I was the one who tipped it off. As both of them were now on alert because of the third voice to see that it was Naruto. Ah, the abandoned son of the Kage. Listen, Orochimaru. I know what you want. Oh, and what is it? Immortality. Now you have my attention, kid. I have it. What? Yes, you do not believe me? Not a single chance. Kill me then. As Orochimaru then said with pleasure. As a sword was now piercing through Naruto's heart, that was extended from his mouth. It was the snake sage sword. As after extracting it back, he thought that Naruto will fall down with the venom of the Izanagi. But Naruto didn't. Naruto just stood there as the wound healed itself. Impressive. One strike and straight from the heart would have killed you with the poison that it contains. How did you did it? I am a missionary of the gods, and you are a valid ally in the future. Oh, me, ally to Konoha? Because you were able to change and redeem yourself in the other alternative reality. I want you to redeem yourself here as well, because I know you can. And how so? I will show both of you your futures. As after seeing their futures from the counter side, they were surprised. I became a parent, said Orochimaru, as Kabuto was surprised that he, even becoming a snake son and being betraying after Orochimaru, was now a nice one. A nice human being that helped others like his mother would. I don't understand. What is going on here? You have changed, both of you have. And that is why I want you to, change as well here. Because you too are a vital part of what is going to happen next. And I do not wish to, both of you to end, because I know that you have the potential to help out in the future, to the other villages a lot. Be a good person, Orochimaru. So is it really? Yes. The truth is there. And your son, after conducting your test, you will be able to give birth to him on your own. I see. You have given me a lot to think about, Naruto Uzumaki, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing me that alternative reality. Now that I have known the secrets of what I was looking for so long, I certainly am not interested in the brat. But I'm curious of one thing. In that reality, he was your shadow, but here you are locking him up. He's unstable, and he's going to be the cause of mass genocide. Is that something you wish? And yes, he will be the one to kill your son alongside you. Let him rot there. If he ever breaks out, I'm gonna kill him. I see I hit a nerve. You have hit a lot of nerves, actually, my little boy. But knowing that you have revealed nothing but truth to me, then I will trust your word. He should rot there. And you have made an ally out of me. Surprisingly today. Thank you, Naruto Uzumaki. Thank you, Orochimaru, for considering this. Oh, and keep an eye out on Jiraiya if he approaches you. Because I know he will soon. In hopes of making sure that he's on your side so you can pass on the snake training to one of the kids. He was approaching me, but I have denied his quest. In the future, he will approach you himself. I will take care of that. You don't need to worry about that. I have seen the future. Take care now. As after that, we see Tsunade has been found, as Naruto, once returned, was told by and informed by Hiruzen. So what are you gonna do, Naruto-kun? I'm gonna go and pay her a visit. We need her on our side, not on theirs. As Naruto paid Tsunade a visit and revealed everything to her, and the last message from her grandfather, as well as from grandmother and granduncle, that he was able to get. And not only that, from her little brother and her lover. And she was able to regain her consciousness and her strength once more. And Naruto then told her, please come back, Bachan. Since I've made a pledge, you are like my cousin, as well as my elder. And I need my elders and family with me. Please. Naruto said, as Tsunade hugged Naruto as she cried, loosening up her heart and her guard down. And after that, Shizune and Tsunade returned back to Konoha. Naruto was continuing to go on academy, and surprisingly enough, this time around, thanks to the council's intervention, Naruto's team was changed as well. Instead of being placed by Sakura, he was placed in another team under Kakashi Hatake, Ino, Hinata, and him. And, surprise, surprise, his siblings have returned, and they were now placed with Sakura Haruno under Kushina's rule. And let's just say, everything was going according to plan, but not everything. Kushina was named as the 5th Kage, and Minato was surprised. Wait, what? I don't get it. Why is she the Kage? No disrespect, but I don't get it. You have left your vacant position for way too long. And we as a council and the daimyo has decided that you are no longer fit to be a Kage, Minato. And henceforth, your position is given to Tsunade. Ah, I see. Congratulations, Tsunade-sama. He said as his fists were seen by Inoichi which were clenched, as if indicating that he was hiding his anger as he left. I will leave it to you then. He was hiding his anger, so the kid is telling us the truth. Was there any doubt? I don't think so. As now we see, the villagers were hunting down the Akatsuki members, and their main target was none other than Zetsu. Zetsu was captured and now was being tortured by Eva, and then transferred to Kumo, and then to Kiri, and then finally to Konoha to be killed off. The rest of the Akatsuki members have scattered. And as for now Minato, he has now realized that everyone was giving him the cold shoulder. And now we see he was going to confront everyone alongside Kushina and their kids, who were being very much arrogant, but nothing and no one ever gave them two shits about them. Not even the whole civilians, not the whole village, not even the land of fire itself now. Out of nowhere. And now we see Naruto trying to reason with Obito, and after revealing the truth to those who were redeemable and killing those who weren't, he finally returned to council. As he heard that everyone was shouting, "Ah, Naruto-kun, you're finally here. Son, you... please stay back from me. Kindly, Minato no Mikaze. And you, traitors." "What do you mean, traitors?" "As you know, that I am a new sage of the sixth path." Bullshit. As Naruto revealed his Rinnegan, and as the orbs appeared behind him with the staff of the sage. "That's the staff of the sage. How do you possess it?" As Hagoromo appeared there, "Because I gave it to him." "Sage-sama?" "He is my successor, and you, Minato no Mikaze, have been labeled as a traitor, not by the people of Elemental Nation, but by the gods as well, because you have tried to play with them, and make a mockery out of them, and henceforth every daimyo and temple of their nation, alongside the villages, are enraged at you. Naruto has already brought everyone under his banner, and he is the true sage since, as I have deemed it fit. And the people here, they have accepted it. As finally Shinigami returned there. "Hello, Minato." Shinigami-sama, You'd think that you could escape. But, then again, there are some specific place in hell for you waiting. Would you like to visit there? No, I'm sorry that I... Oh, you're sorry now. Time to die. As, in the most gruesome and painful manner, Shinigami absorbed Minato's soul, as Kushina and the kids were left traumatized. "And as for you three," said a voice as Kushina remembered, "Mother? Do not call me that. You have some nerve, talking this shit about your clan." "Mother, that was I." "Do not call me that, Kushina. You're not my daughter." As Urashi Uzumaki, the head, came there. "You are henceforth banished, as Naruto here is a true Uzumaki and has been labeled as the Uzumaki clan here, as their vitality of the Uzumakis were sealed by the elder spirits. And as for your chakra," said the Kyuubi as he appeared behind Naruto, "I'll be taking my chakra back." As he absorbed both chakra from both of them, breaking their coils in return as well. "Now 3 of you are allowed to leave because you conspired again next to him, and take this face of a husband with you. Naruto, we were your family. You never were, and you never could be. If things have been different, I would have forgiven you. But what you have said, what you have done, and what you were going to do, would you have known what we were..." "You think we are an idiot. I have the power of the sage to see the future. I know how sick you two are in the head, and how demoralizing you were. You even laughed at my death. You don't care about any one of us. You don't care about anyone but yourself. Kin deserter. Now leave." As after that, Kushina gritted her teeth as she left. "Every one of you will pay. Where will you go?" "Oh, I know." As Naruto then Chibaku Tensei, the 3 of them, and made a other planet away from them, remained there With a little bit of resources there, you are alone going to stay there as kin deserters alone. As Naruto made sure to erase their memory so that if any one of them were to be able to find out about, well, a way of breaking out, that they won't seek revenge, because Naruto didn't want any bloodshed from them. That was a nice choice that you made, Naruto. It was a tough one, but someone had to do that. So now what? Nothing. We work in progress to improve ourselves and be the best we can. As after that, we have a time skip of many years to see that Naruto has been married to both Hinata and Ino. And not only that, he, being recognized as a new sage, was now looked up by everyone and respected by everyone and even feared. He was a bridge between the Bijus and the civilians and the shinobis. People did not want to go against him and did not want to incur the wrath, because the tale of the Namikaze family was now a reminder to all of them as to not make the mockery of the sage or the gods, and they will make you pay. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And I'm already so tired, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to upload a second video on my channel. So yeah, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels, and without any further ado, let's end the video here. This is Apollo, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!